behind-the-scenes look at our stage show, Eerie Encounters.
Our mission was not to emulate your typical movie scene, but to capture the great elements that create a great show, but also to keep our audience raving about it for years.
Our goal was to show guests the spooky side of Billings, and as a tech director, I feel as though we made it come to life with our special sound and visual effects. Each act has its own unique setting, musical background, and sound effects. Just to name a few, some of my favorite props that we incorporated into our stage show was the fog machine that we used to give out an eerie vibe and a sense of what's coming next. We used strobe lighting for whenever there was a scene of action, it sets off more tension. We also used projectors that created ghost silhouettes for more of a spooky feel.
So in the first act, we are starting off in the Moss Mansion, and the reason for this is because we are a family-oriented stage show, and we want to incorporate both the children perspective as well as appeal to adults. And we felt like starting off with the family
with Preston Moss, Marcia, which is the mother, Melville, one of the daughters, and Virginia, which is the youngest daughter, and then John is a grandchild.
The Moss Mansion is viewed as an eerie building structure, so we decided to make the stage design in the setting of a traditional eerie living room.
This will include furniture, photographs, and books from the actual mansion. We will also have a mirror and windows that will have LED screens behind them to create haunting effects. Doors on the stage will also be open and closed by stage crew without being seen.
The spotlight would transition between the tour groups and the family being on the top stage, and the bottom would be the tour groups.
The Moss family also loved music, and so we included a self-playing piano on the stage.
At the beginning of each act, we have Jason Hawes from Ghost Hunters introducing the scenes and characters. Jack Nicholson from The Shining will play P.B. Moss, the father and founder of Billings. He died in the house from a heart attack. Charlotte Rampling from Melancholia will play Martha Moss, the mother who died from a brain aneurysm. Next we have Diane Ladd from Chinatown. She will be playing Melville Moss, who died basically of old age in that house. Jason Simmons from Charmed will play the young child John Arnold Jr., who died at 7 years old in the house. Emma Lyle from I Don't Know How She Does It will be playing the little girl Virginia Moss, who died at 5 years old from diphtheria.
A lot of thought and research into every single costume that we chose for the show. For Virginia Moss, she was seen numerous times walking around in a nightgown, so I chose a floor-length ivory nightgown, which is very common in 1908. And then also for all the ghosts, we had a lot of powders to make them look pale and just make them more ghost-like.
From there, we're going to go to the Battle of Little Bighorn. This was a main battle that happened in Montana.
In this next act, the raised stage will be rotated to show a second wall. This wall will include gravestones, fake graphs, as well as the moon and stars. The side walls will also rotate to show a curtain which is painted to match the battlefield. This curtain will include LED lights to represent the stars, and there will be 2 stage props that will be rolled in which have fake grass and trees. The sound effects will be including Indians and soldiers yelling as well as their weapons.
In the final scene of Custard, we decided to go with a traditional outdoor night setting as compared to a daylight setting to depict the story. On the top stage round, there will be Paranormal Encounters Anonymous, and on the bottom, there will be Indians and the 7th Cavalry Group reenacting the ghost story.
Matthew McConaughey from Magic Mike will play George W. Custer. Russell Means from The Last of the Mohicans will play Sitting Bull. Wes Studi from The Last of the Mohicans also will play Crazy Horse. We will be using actors from the reenactment of Custer's Last Stand as supporting cast for Act 2.
For General Custer, we decided to just keep him in his uniform. During the same act, we needed costumes for the Cheyenne Native American tribe. Their outfits they were almost like robes, were very long. We used lots of colors and big headpieces.
The last act is the Antique Depot, which is about the dead bodies that was held in the grocery store freezer after the plane crash.
The The morgue lacked the space for the bodies, so the antique mall used their refrigerators to store the rest of the bodies. So because of this, we incorporated this into our stage. The rotating stage will rotate to the final wall, which has the refrigerators. The two side walls will remove the curtains to show the grocery shelves, and the shoppers will have carts to browse through the store while annoying elevator music will play.
On the upper level, World War II soldiers from Ghost Anonymous discuss their interactions within the grocery store. Some of them being scared of the living, and others mentioning teasing the shoppers.
Act 3, The Plane Crash. Ben Affleck from Reindeer Games will play the pilot, George Miller. Next we have Jason Statham from Crank. He will be playing Major Ray Craft. Liam Hemsworth from Hunger Games. He will play the Staff Sergeant Thomas Thompson.
The pilot uniform from 1945 was just a simple black suit. He was wearing a white collared shirt and also a pilot's hat, and he had flying wings on his chest. The World War II veterans who died in the crash were wearing their hunter green uniforms.
We hope you've enjoyed this brief preview of our stage show, and we really hope that you all come out and come see it. We're really excited about it. We really enjoyed producing it.
And we really hope that you have your own eerie encounter while you're listening.
Martha Moss, the mother and shit. For the closing diphtheria or some shit.
On the top, there would be Paranormal Enormous Anonymous. Paranormal Anonymous. What did I just say?
Words are hard. Got it? Okay, wait.